Hello YouTube, back once again with my Last Man on Earth reviews, and here we are with Season 2, Episode 12, Valhalla, and I thought this was a great episode of Last Man on Earth, actually, one of the better ones. This episode, concerning Episode 11, did not at all show the Malibu crew. This episode goes back to them after where things have left off after the fact that Phil has died. And at first it starts off, they get right to the matter. You see them all having a funeral for Phil, and this led to a fantastic line. I love the line just when Erica just says to Will Forte, she's just like, Tandy, like, are you? I don't think Phil would have wanted a Viking funeral. And then Will Forte's like, you're right, Erica, he wouldn't want that, but it's what he deserves. So I thought that was just hysterical, and it was a very nice, sad scene, just seeing them all saying their goodbyes. Especially it was sad seeing Gail just saying Gail just saying, like, I'm sorry I couldn't save you, because, my guess is Gail probably would feel somewhat guilty for not being able to save him, no matter how hard she tried, even though, because of the fact she never did surgery before, it was a pretty impressive job what she was able to do, so, but anyway, so, so it was, like, it was funny, but it was also somewhat touching, like them saying goodbye to Phil. And then from there, just this episode, it was basically the character trying to move on from their lives from there. At first, January Jones is like flipping out for why Todd refused to marry her, and my god, was January Jones hilarious in this episode, because usually she's the most straight person out of everyone. She's the most straight, she's the most down-to-earth human being, and just finally seeing January Jones not being somewhat insane in one of the episodes, because she kind of goes somewhat crazy for the fact that Todd refused to marry her. Like, she was just hysterical in this episode. She just had me cracking up this time. So, yeah, she was just hilarious, Jerry Jones. I love the line when I think was it Kristen Schaal who walked in on her, and she was like biting off the glitter from her from the boots that Kristen Schaal made her, and then she's just like, nah, I just like to do this, like, just let me be. I thought that was really funny. Also, so that was all really funny. But there was also a lot of heart in this episode, in which Will Forte, who feels like he made a very strong friendship with Phil just because they shared one beer with each other, is very heartbroken over the death of Phil, but Kristen Schaal just points something out. She's just like, Phil, are you just this way, like, trying to, like, about how Phil died because you were never able to say goodbye to your brother, and just projecting that feelings onto the death of Phil. And then and I just love Phil. It's like, that's crazy, Kristen Schaal. What are you talking about? Me and Phil, we were like best friends. So this all accumulated to a pretty funny scene in which Phil, like, just says to Erica, like, look, I'll help you raise your baby, and then Erica's like, Will Forte, that's nice, but the last thing Phil said to me before he died was, don't let Tandy help raise our baby. And then Will Forte's like, oh, that's probably just Phil making a joke. He had a really good sense of humor. He was like, no, that was the second to last thing he said before he died. The last thing was, I'm serious, that isn't a joke. I thought that was hysterical. So then Will Forte just feels completely betrayed and heartbroken, and it's all accumulated to a very nice scene in which a very heartfelt scene in which they go down to the beach, and then Will Forte sees Phil's Viking funeral has washed back to floating coffin has washed back to shore, and Erica's also there, and Erica's like, let's just bury him, Will Forte. It's what Phil would have wanted. So then they bury him, and this led to actually a really nice, kind of deep scene in which Will Forte's like, well, goodbye, brother, and Erica's like, Tandy, and then he's like, yes, goodbye, you're right, goodbye, friend, and then she's like, Tandy, and then he's just like, goodbye, Phil, because that's truly what Phil was. The only thing Phil ever truly was to Will Forte was just a man and nothing else, and he was just Phil. He wasn't his friend, but he was just Phil. So actually pretty good. Actually a pretty deep scene. So I actually really liked it. So on the whole, I thought this was a great episode of Last Man on Earth. There was some pretty good scenes of heart. January Jones was just hysterical this episode, and I thought the ending was fantastic. So really love this episode of Last Man on Earth. Episodes return next week and are finally going to be continuously going from next week, so that's good. You too, as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.